What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So we are back at it again, creating another spring makeup look, and once again we are playing with color. And I went back and forth on if I want to do something more natural or more like toned down, but I want to keep challenging myself, and I want to keep stepping outside the box and doing stuff that's, you know, not really typical for me. So yeah, this is the look that I created on Easter, and I did post a picture of it on Instagram. I haven't at this point, but future Ashley will do that. So I am calling this a tutorial rather than a get ready with me, just because I really try to chock it full of information and tips and tricks, and really try to get you in my mindset of why I was doing what I was doing along the way, so that you could learn from it, so that you could take what I was saying and use it for your own looks, whether it be this look or anything else. Make sure you comment below some ideas for future eye looks for the spring and summer. You guys are really good about giving me ideas and just kind of sparking inspiration and creativity in me. So yeah, leave in the comments below what looks you want to see next, and go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up to let me know that you enjoy it, want to see more like it. I know you haven't watched it yet, but you're gonna enjoy it. And then go ahead and stick around by subscribing to my channel and becoming part of my community, and also turn that notification bell on, guys, because apparently YouTube is now saying that they're not notifying all subscribers of new videos. They're only notifying some subscribers, so you gotta turn that bell on. Without further ado, let's get started. So I think I'm gonna use my Makeup Revolution Prime and Lock Eyeshadow Primer again, and just like I said in the first video, one dot is literally all you need. I am once again gonna be using my e.l.f. Line to Define eye tape, because this stuff is a game changer, and it just makes such a big difference when you're working with especially bold colors. So I think I'm gonna go into the BH palette first and take Electric right here, which is a matte, kind of almost like a neon pink. I'm not gonna set this. I'm actually gonna work with a tacky base. I'm gonna start off by going pretty high in the crease, and I want this to be our peekaboo shade, so I'm going to put this pretty high, and just leave space right here for your brow bone highlight. You don't want to bring it all the way up to the brow bone. You want to leave a little bit of a strip. So I'm going to go into this shade right here in the BH palette. This is called Dippy, which is a very, very pretty matte hot pink. I recommend working slowly with this and building it up very gradually. So I'm going to start off by putting it right here in the outer V. And that's where I want the most pigment to be. So just keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, wherever you first lay down your brush, that's where you're gonna have the most pigment. So if you go straight in with, like when you pick up product on your brush and you go straight into, say, your crease, that's where it's gonna be the most concentrated, and it's gonna be harder to blend out. So I always work from the outer edge, and I blend my way inward. I never start like in the center and work my way out. I always go out to in. So once I have most of the pigment off of my brush, and I'm touching it to the tape out here, I want to very slowly start flowing it through the very lower socket of the crease. And I don't want this to be as high as that top pink shade that we use, like the first shade that we use, because we want this to be an ombre gradient. So what I mean by that is that the brow bone up here, see how I'm leaving that little blank strip right there? That's going to be the lightest, and then we're going to have a light pink and then hot pink. So you're working light to dark. So I'm going to go back in with that first brush I used with no extra product. I'm basically going to be holding it like this, because when you hold it straight out, like it's almost parallel with the ground right now, because that's going to blend it directly. It's not going to blend it further up. It's not going to blend it further down. It's just going to blend right where you're placing your bristles. And I'm just going right in the crease and making sure there's no lines. Something that I feel like a lot of people cut out of their tutorials and their videos is the in-between blending process, which takes a long time in itself. You know, I feel like a lot of people just kind of slap on a color and it looks really perfect and smooth and flawless, and there's no lines or anything, but they're cutting out the in-between blending. So I try to leave those in my video. I know it makes the video longer, but I feel like it's beneficial. So if you want to go back in and add some more of that light pink shade, you totally can, but right now I'm not going to. So I'm going to go into the shade right here called Swag, and this is just a matte, almost like a neon purple. We're gonna put that in the outer V, and the reason I brought the hot pink a little bit further in is because it is gonna get covered up quite a bit with the purple shadow, so I want the hot pink to show up. Like I want the vibrancy and the depth of it to come through even after we cover it up a little bit. So again, we're gonna start off in the very outer V, like in the very outer corner. So what I like to do for these shades is start off by tapping them on, because that kind of lays down the intensity, like that kind of lays down the pigment for me. And then string it through the lower part of the crease. Remember, we're keeping that very light pink shade at the very top. We're not covering that up. But I am gonna go back in with a little bit of hot pink on that same brush. Just get a little bit on there and tap off most of the excess. And because I wanna make sure that this still stands out, I'm gonna put it back in where we first put it, but not putting it on the outer V. So I'm gonna lift my brow up. If you have hooded eyes, I recommend doing this, or if you have small eyes, because it gives you more eyelid space. I'm gonna lift up, and I'm gonna very slowly with my brush horizontal, put this right back in the socket of the crease. Again, keeping it lower than that first light pink, but I just want to make sure that this peeks out over the purple. And as you can see, that just looks so much better, I think. I think what a lot of people don't understand is with eyeshadow, like if you really want to perfect your blending craft, and I'm not trying to talk down, like I'm not trying to act like I'm the end all be all, like I'm the best eyeshadow blender in the world, because trust me, I rock the struggle bus. Like I'm the driver. Again, like something I feel like a lot of people cut out of their videos is what it takes to get to the end result. And it takes a lot of blending. It takes a lot of going back in with your previous brush and the previous shade and going back in and touching it up and re-intensifying and blending some more. Like it's a lot. So don't be deceived by what you see in tutorials. Like even I'm gonna be cutting out a lot of this stuff, but I'm trying to leave in as much as possible because I don't want these just to be a get ready with me. Like I want you guys to learn from this. But what I'm doing right now is going back in with a little bit more of the purple. And again, re-intensifying it in the outer V. And then once again, going back in with that second brush that we used for the hot pink, no extra product, and putting it right back on, just to make sure there are no lines. That is the only way you can get a seamless, smooth gradient. So the first time I did this look on Easter, I did a cut crease, which was not enjoyable. It took me forever and a day, and it was not very easy. I'm not really sure why there's so much hype about doing cut creases and stuff. We're gonna get the same kind of look. I can almost guarantee it. So I'm gonna go back to the BH palette because that's pretty much all we're using at this point. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Ultimate, which is a shimmery, light robin's egg blue. And then I'm also gonna spray it because you can't not spray your shimmers. I mean, how you living? So I'm gonna start off in the inner corner and then work my way into the center. And yeah, there's gonna be like choppiness and a lot of issues going on right there in the center where the blue and the purple are meeting, but we're gonna go in with a fade shade later and fix that. And here's another reason why I don't really understand the point of a cut crease, because if you use a wet shimmer, like if you wet your brush when you put your shimmer on your eyelid and you bring it up to the socket, it's gonna give you the exact same look as a cut crease. It may not be as sharp and defined, but it'll give you the exact same look with half the work. But what I'm gonna do is kind of carve out the crease as if I am using concealer. So what I mean by that is just kind of round it off right at the socket. And once your brush is really wet, you're able to round out the crease and cut it out. So if you want to stop here, you totally could. Like I feel like this in itself is a pretty banging look. But I'm gonna go in with a liquid eyeshadow on top of this to really intensify it. So what I used on the day that I created this is the Stila liquid eyeshadow in the shade Into the Blue, which is a very, very pretty blue, teal, purple, pink iridescent liquid eyeshadow. It's so, so pretty. Let me go ahead and swatch it for you. I'm super into these Stila liquid eyeshadows. They're hella expensive, but you can find them pretty affordably on Mercari. But as you can see, it's just a very multi-dimensional kind of shade. So I found a dupe for it, and we're actually going to use the dupe because I haven't used this one on my eyes yet, and it looks the exact same. So this is the Kokie Crystal Fusion Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Galactic. So hopefully you guys can see on camera how wacky similar these are. I mean, this is literally an exact tone for tone shade dupe. Now I will say I don't like the Kokie applicator as much as I do the Stila one. The Stila one is that nice, like flat, kind of longer, like paddle doe foot applicator, and you can use this to pack it all on, and you don't really have to use a brush or anything. With the Kokie one, it's just that standard doe foot applicator, and it soaks up a lot of the product, it shears it out a lot, and it's a little bit hard to use it on its own. Let's just try working straight from the applicator first. I'm just gonna put this right on top of the blue. So you can try this without having that base down, like that shimmery blue base. I just don't feel like it would pop as much, and I also feel like you would probably have to apply a lot more to get it to be really intense and pigmented. I am seeing that it is shearing it out quite a bit, like this applicator. Yeah, it's kind of pulling and lifting off the product. I wish they had done what the Stila ones had done, like with that flat paddle applicator. So I'm gonna sit here and let this dry for a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna kind of lean my head back and try to keep my eyelids as flat as possible. I'm lifting up my eyelids a little bit. So just to kind of keep moving, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into my brow bone highlight. And once again, just use any kind of brow bone highlight that you like. I always like to stick to matte shades. I don't ever like to use shimmer. But I'm gonna go into my Too Faced I Love Kandee just because it's just here. So I'm gonna mix the pink and the yellowish ivory kind of color together. So I'm gonna do a little ditty like this. Tap off the excess, and then I'm gonna put that right on the strip that we made. The little landing strip. But I'm gonna go in and kind of fade the glitter and the shimmer into the purple now. So what I'm gonna do is go into the BH palette once again. I'm gonna take this color right here called Wicked. And this is a shimmery purple, but it has like a tealish blue, like a light blue iridescence undertone to it. I'm not even gonna wet it right now. I may change my mind. I don't know, but we're gonna start off just keeping it dry. I'm gonna go right where the blue and the purple meet. So right in between them. And basically the idea of this is that you're taking, or this is how I look at it. You're taking a shade that has two very similar tones of two different shades. So we have a blue tone and a purple tone. So we're taking a shade that's kind of a mixture of those two to fuse them together. But yeah, when you put that in the center, it just kind of fades it more evenly and also just more smoothly. So what you're gonna probably have to do after that is go back in with your purple brush. You can get more product or just use whatever's left over, whatever you wanna do, whatever you feel like you need to do. And then just go in and start on the very, very outer V. Again, we're not touching that shade that we just put down. And I'm just gonna start out here and then feather it inward. So I'm just kind of flicking my brush in to meet that purpley shimmer shade that we just laid down. Actually, I'm gonna try this wet, just because where we do have a liquid shimmer, like it does, I think it would kind of fade a little bit better. Oh yes, oh yes. And then the last thing I'm gonna do for my eyeshadow is go into this shade right here for my inner corner highlight. This is called Spirit, and it's kind of like a light whitish lavender, and it has like a blue iridescent undertone to it. I'm gonna take that on a pencil brush and slap it right there. And then I always like to kind of flow my inner corner highlight up into the shimmer on the eyelid as well, just so it all kind of halos around and unifies. I don't want anything to be like choppy, and like I want it to look like it all fits together and matches like a puzzle. Like they're like puzzle pieces. So I don't think I'm gonna put on any eyeliner or anything. I think I'm just gonna rock the no liner lashes kind of thing. And I'm gonna show some love to some different lashes today. Last time I did the Delarza and V&A Strict lashes, which were so beautiful, very comfortable for lashes. Like I'm not a lash wearer, so I need something to be very lightweight, or at least feel halfway lightweight. Those are very, very good. But today I think I'm gonna actually do the, I think this is, I don't know if it's Ray Beauty or Ree Beauty, but this is a brand that sent these to me on Instagram. I'll have their information linked below, but they have a very similar vibe to the Delarza lashes, like inside, the way it looks, the box, everything. It even says be your own kind of beautiful inside, so I don't know who's ripping off who. So this is in the style Victoria, so here's what these look like. And I have 2 boxes of these. I haven't worn these yet, but in the other ones that I have, I think they're called Aria. They felt like nothing. I've never worn lashes that feel like absolute nothing on my eyes before. So I have very high hopes for these. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put on like 1 layer of mascara and curl my lashes. And then I'm gonna put some false lashes on, and I'll be back with a full face of makeup. So yeah, BRB. Alright guys, so I'm back with a full face, and once again, I have surprised myself, and I am feeling myself, and I'm feeling this look. I've come to the conclusion that every time I step out of my comfort zone and play with color, or try new techniques, or try new products, and just really sit down and have fun and play in makeup and just let it therapize me, I always come out, number one, surprised at myself, surprised at what I can really do, and also just feeling really good about myself and feeling really confident. So I recommend that if you're someone like me and you typically stay within this little box, like this little window of just neutral looks or pinks or mauves, like safe looks, step outside the comfort zone every now and then and just venture out with color. Maybe not even color, just a different technique, and just play and have fun. I know it's easier said than done when you have jobs and school and kids and families and stuff, but make time for yourself, because there is no better feeling than looking in the mirror or looking in the viewfinder and just feeling good about yourself. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Mwah.